Hi, welcome to our second tutorial on HTML basics. In this tutorial, we're going to insert a picture to our web page. We're going to add two hyperlinks, and we're going to work with minor formatting issues like bold and italics. So let's get started. So here's our basic web page. We started off in our first lesson. We have HTML open, we have HTML closed, we have a head section with our title, a body section that contains all our work. Welcome to our website. This is our first page. We're just learning how to program. Now, how does this look like? We have the page open. This is how it looks like. You have your tab title, which is in the head section. You have your H1 title, and you have your paragraph. Now what we're going to do is we're going to insert a picture underneath with two hyperlinks underneath. So how do you insert a picture? First thing you want to do is you want to get a picture. So you can go to the internet or pick a picture from your pictures. I've selected this picture that I've renamed binary, and I'll just show it to you. It's this picture here. We've saved it from the internet. By saving it, I've placed it into the folder where I saved exercise 1. So in the same folder, both files are side by side. I'm just going to make this a little bit larger so you can see it. So my binary picture, my JPEG, is right beside my exercise 1 web page. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a very simple link. And this will work only because they're side by side. So let's go ahead and go back to Notepad. So here we are in Notepad. So the code for linking a picture, if they're side by side, if the two files are located side by side, this will work great. If they're not, you might have to do a little bit of work, and I can show that to you later. So here we go. So the tag for inserting in a picture is image, or img, space src equals the picture name in quotation marks. So quotation, and the picture is called binary. That's what I named it, and it's a JPEG. So that's the extension, and end quotation. A right angle bracket, and now let's close the image tag. So here's our image tag right here. So img space src equals, in quotation marks, make sure you have the quotations, binary.jpg. Now if you copy and paste this from Word, sometimes the quotation marks don't come in properly. So make sure you actually write this in within Notepad. Don't copy and paste code from another source into this. It sometimes does not work properly. Now let's quickly save this. Hit save. And if we go back to our page, here's our page, and if I hit refresh, you'll see that the picture came in. Now one problem you're going to have is this picture is actually really large. So how do we reformat it, or how do we resize it? So there's some things that we have to actually add to our code to make this picture smaller. So let's go back to our Notepad page now. So I'm going to go down, open up Notepad. Here's our code. Now within the first section here, image src, after you write binary.jpg, after the quotation mark, leave a space and write in width. We're going to change the width of the picture to 400, which is pixels. We're not going to write pixels, we're just going to write 400. And height, we'll make it 300 in quotation marks. So now I'm going to hit save. Go back to my page and hit refresh. And there we go, it's resized. So it's 400 width and 300 height. Now there's a couple other things we can do to format our picture. We can add a border, and we can actually add a caption that you'll find on most web pictures. When you scroll your mouse over, a little caption will appear. So how do you add those? This is how you add those. Again, once you work with the width and the height, leave a space, and let's add the caption first, which is ALT, or alt, equals whatever you want the caption to be. So I'll write binary. That's what this caption will say. And now for the border, leave a space, border equals, and then we'll add maybe 5. So here we go. So alt, and then the border equals, and then we hit save, go back to our page, hit refresh, and there you go. You have a border of 5 pixels, and you also have a caption. So watch when I scroll my mouse on top onto the picture. You see that binary shows up right on top of the picture, down right there, and it'll disappear after a while. I'll do it again. So that now that I've added a caption property to my image. So I'm going to go back to my code. So my image code is actually working out great. Let's go on and add some hyperlinks. So let's leave a space after our image and add a hyperlink. And this will be a link to another site from my site. So to add links, you type in href equals the website address. So the full address, not any shortcuts. So http:// and we're going to do maybe the NHL.com. So our web address is http:// and then this is surrounded by the quotation marks. Right angle bracket, and then the next part. So there's 3 parts to this. The first part is the link code. Second part is the caption, or this is the actual text that will appear on the page. And then we close the link. So this is how it will appear. Hit File, Save. Go to our web page, hit refresh, and there you see it. It's a small little link, and this will take you to NHL. I won't click it right now, but there's one thing wrong with this, with the formatting. You have your image, and then you have NHL sitting right beside the image. So I want this to be below the image. There's a simple way of doing that. There's better ways of doing this, but just to make it easy, just not to confuse you with complicated code, we're just going to write a paragraph opening and closing tags around my link. So I put an opening paragraph tag and a closing paragraph tag on either end of that hyperlink. So I hit save, go back to my page, hit refresh, and there you have it, NHL.com. And if I click this, it will actually launch to a different page, which will be the NHL.com page, and it might take a few seconds. Okay, a little bit longer than we thought, but here it's opening. So there you go. There's our first hyperlink, and it's working. Gambling and goal. Okay, so now let's just go back to our regular page. So now we have our website, and what we want to do is let's feel free to add a couple of more links. So if I wanted to add another link, this is how I might do it. I would follow the same process. href equals, and in this case, maybe we want to add a link to maybe google.com or .ca, and type in Google. So this is the text that will appear on the page, and then close the link as well. And then also, just so it appears on a separate line, and just put a paragraph tag around it. Again, we're cheating. Hit refresh, and there you have it. Another link underneath the other link. Now, another thing that we haven't gone over is how do you bold and how do you italicize? So simple. If you wanted to bold, let's say if we wanted to bold the word learning in this paragraph and italicize it, you go into your code and you find the word learning in your paragraph. So within the paragraph, you can basically put a B tag surrounding the word learning. So opening and closing with B's. And now if I want to italicize that, I can actually select program to italicize, or I can just italicize the same word by adding another tag, I, and then closing I will italicize learning. Hit save, go back to your web page, and hit refresh. And what you've seen is, you'll see that the word learning is now bold and italicized. Try all that on your own. Good luck, and stay tuned to part 3 of our basic HTML tutorial package. Thanks for watching.